Okay, friends at home, this is like our third video today, and this is, I'm trying to make them shorter, this is just our application problems. So we're going to read through it and underline our notes together, and I believe it's a two-step problem. What I want to tell you is I did some research, and one of the most important standards for third grade and one of the hardest is two-step problems. So we spend a lot of time on them, and I'm trying to give you strategies to help you understand how to do them better. Okay, we have Mia has 152 beads. Well, let's underline that. That's a lot of beads. She uses some to make bracelets. So she got 152 and she uses some. Now there are 80 beads left. So she had 152, she uses some, she has 80 beads left. What are you wondering right now? Before we go on, just with those two sentences, she has 152, she uses, or there's 80 beads left. What are you wondering? Xavier? Yes, very good. And therein lies the fact. So Xavier figured that out. That's why it's a two-step problem, because they give you this, but they don't tell you how many beads she uses. All they do is tell you that she has 80 left. So our first job is to find out how many she used. So nice job, Xavier. Excellent. So that will be our first question. But then what happens? Now, if she uses 8 beads for each bracelet, how many beads does she make? So the first part, let's go ahead and draw a line right down the center, because it is a two-step problem. And Nevaeh already has a number bond drawn. So does Quinn and Mercy. So why did they draw a number bond? This is classic part-part whole. You have 152 beads, and you use some, and you have some left. That's classic. You take a total amount of something, you use some, you have some left. That's part, whole. Those two parts make a whole. Well, what do we know? Do we know what she uses?
No.
Or do we know what she has left? We know what she has left. So let's go ahead and fill that in. And let's make this a U for uses. So go ahead and write your number sentence. How are you going to figure out with that number bond how many she uses? What number sentence will you write? To my friends at home, if you really want to challenge yourself, I would pause the video before we go through the solution, and then you can come and check the solution. Who has the number sentence for that? Luke, what do you got, bud? Oh, I'm so proud of you. 152 minus 80 equals 2. You would never want to write 152 plus 80 equals the other part, because how can you use more than you even have? Remember, assessing the reasonableness of our answers, that would not make sense. So who figured out what 152 minus 80 was? Take what you get. 32? I think it's going to be more than that. Quinn? 72. Now you can do the algorithm. 2 minus 0 is 2. 5 minus 8, you can't do it, so we have to unbundle. It makes this 50 minus 8 is 7. Yes, so I agree with Quinn. There's 72 beads that she uses. Okay? Alright, so she uses 72. She puts 8 beads on each bracelet. And she uses 72. We have to figure out how many bracelets does she make. What do we draw? Jalen. A tape diagram. Do we know how long it's going to be though? It's going to be one of those tape nodes. It's going to be a dotted line tape diagram. So we're going to draw 1 unit, and in it we're going to put 8 beads, and then we don't know about the rest, so we're going to just draw a dotted line. It's not going to be fair share. This is going to be called a count by, because we're going to count by 8 until we get to 72. Now, I can tell you it's going to be a big number, so you might want to make your parts small. There's another bracelet with 8. We better do our show or skip count, right? So let's get that bus. 8, 16, 24. Go ahead, you can do it on your own. I know the friends at home do not want to hear me sing that song. So when we get more people who are done, we can sing the song together to see if we get to 72. How many of you are ready to sing with us? Who's ready to sing? Remember, it's this old man. 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. Ready? Shall we try it? 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40, 48, 56, and 64, 72, and 80. But we're stopping at 72 because that is the number of bracelets she used. Okay? Now, we know how many bracelets she made, don't we? Can we do this? I really like it when students do this. Bracelet 1, bracelet 2, bracelet 3. This just makes my picture, bracelet 4, bracelet 5, makes my picture so much more meaningful. Oh, how many bracelets did she make? None. And because we're going to say how many bracelets, let's use a number sentence with a letter for our unknown. And what would be a good letter? How about B for bracelets? Think. I'm going to let you guys write your own number sentence for this picture. Think about what your knowns were and what your unknown was, because you've got to use the letter B for your unknown. So go ahead, I'll come around and check them as you write them. Number sentence. And then if you're going to tell me to come back.
Yes, is that okay?
Yep.
Then right.
Okay, yes, yep,
Is that okay?
yep.
Thank you.
Very good. I like it. I see one person so far get it right. Remember, you want to use a letter for your unknown. You got it. Very good. Okay, who has a number sentence? Remember, you have to use a B for the number of bracelets because we're using a letter for our unknown. Luke, what did you write? Bingo! That's what I would write. Because think about, very good, think about what you knew. You knew that she used 72 beads. You knew that she was putting 8 beads on a bracelet, and that was going to give you your unknown, which is the number of bracelets. And then what did B equal? 9. okay? B equals 9. Now, if you gave me a multiplication sentence, I would accept it, but only if you could put the B in the multiplication sentence. Who wrote a multiplication sentence for this? I know a lot of you did. What multiplication sentence did you write, Jace? I would accept that, except I probably would like B times 8. I would accept the other one too. Why do I put B first? Because B is the number of groups. I always like to be consistent. Doesn't really matter. But I would also accept this multiplication sentence because he had B times 8. Either way, B equals 9. What's the only thing we're missing? Target sentence. How many bracelets does she make? Go ahead and write your own target sentence. PS. Friends at home, write your own target sentence. Remember, this is the number sentence. I prefer friends at home, but you can write this one as long as you have the B in there showing that one of those letters is your unknown. Remember, when we don't use a letter, what does Mrs. Reed do with the multiplication sentence? She asks you to circle or underline or draw a box around which number is your unknown. Who has good TS for me? Write your TS. Oh, okay, go ahead, there, read it. How many bracelets does she make? Oh, I don't think 72. Your picture. How many bracelets? Yeah, there you go. She makes 9. So we kind of did that one together. Should have probably let you do it on your own. You are going to have to be able to do two-step problems independently, but we will practice them a lot. Okay, I'm pausing that video, boys and girls, and then we're going to play a little game where we practice multiplying by multiples of 10. So keep out your personal whiteboards. Friends, I will post this video, and if you want to join us, just with a piece of paper and pencil, you can.